Okay, I was with a bunch of kids, and we had to travel back in time, and the only contingent factor for traveling back in time was that they believed that we were actually going to travel back in time. So I had a whiteboard, and I drew a button, like a big green button on the whiteboard that would say stop on it, or it might say time on it. And then my mom was driving a bus, and we were in a parking lot, and all these kids had to get on the bus, but there was a guy pointing a gun at her. He was in the parking lot. I don't know if anyone noticed that he was pointing a gun at her, and I don't know if the gun actually had any bullets in it. But she was just trying to stay calm and get all the kids on the bus, and then we pulled out, and we were safe, and I squeezed her shoulders, and then we went to a tire shop, and all the guys at the tire shop were like kung fu fighting. They were like kind of practicing martial arts and being tough. And then I was with a band, and there was this guy who played the drums, and he was playing on a wheelbarrow. Like, he was showing all the different tones you could make with a wheelbarrow, and there were all this whole scale of tones, but some of the tones were off key, off pitch, and then the wooden part of the wheelbarrow made different tones than the metal part, and I thought he was pretty great. And then there was another guy who also played the drums for a different band, and he was like, I'm crazy, and he started playing the piano, and then he kind of played like an old lady, but then maybe he was going to rock out like a 80s kind of classic rock, hair metal kind of band, but I didn't think he was that good, and I didn't really like that kind of music. And then my friend was pregnant, and so I was going to go help her have her baby, and the obstetrician there thought I was pregnant too, so he was like, well, why don't you hop up on the table and get started? And I was like, I'm not pregnant. And I was like, well, I hope I'm not pregnant, but he was like really convinced that I was pregnant, and I was like, well, did my water break? And like, no, I don't think my water broke. And I was thinking, gosh, if I am pregnant, like, I hope the baby dies. Like, I hope it's stillborn. And I was like trying to talk to this imaginary baby and say, like, don't be born. And then, and then I was